The Art and Science of Engaging Adult Learners, a foundation for your learning and development journey. Part 1. Good morning, everyone. It's truly inspiring to have you here today as you embark on or perhaps deepen your journey into the fascinating and crucial field of learning and development. Whether you're looking to enhance your current career trajectory or making a bold transition into learning and development, you've chosen a path that is fundamental to the growth and success of individuals and organizations alike. Now, think for a moment about a truly memorable learning experience you've had as an adult. What made it stick? What kept you engaged? Chances are it wasn't just the information itself, but how that information was presented and how it connected with you personally. In the world of learning and development, we are, in essence, architects of learning experiences. We curate knowledge, facilitate skill development, and foster growth. But just like any skilled craftsperson needs the right tools and techniques, we, as learning and development professionals, need a solid foundation to build upon. And that foundation, my friends, lies in understanding adult learning theories. Imagine trying to bake a complex and delicious cake. You might have the finest flour, the freshest eggs, and the most exquisite chocolate. But without a well-tested recipe, a clear understanding of how these ingredients interact, and the right techniques, your final product might be a disappointing mess. Undercooked, dry, or simply lacking that wow factor. Similarly, in learning and development, we can have the most brilliant content, the most engaging subject matter experts, and the latest technological tools. But without a deep understanding of how adults learn, our training programs risk falling flat. We might deliver information, but will our learners truly engage? Will they retain what they've learned? Will the experience be truly impactful? Today, we're going to unlock the secret sauce of effective adult learning. We're going to explore some fundamental adult learning theories that, when thoughtfully applied, can transform your training sessions from mere information dumps into truly memorable and impactful experiences that resonate deeply with your adult learners. Why is this understanding so critical, especially when working with adults? Consider the unique characteristics that define adult learners. They aren't blank slates. They arrive at our training sessions with a rich tapestry of prior experiences, established beliefs, and often clearly defined personal and professional goals. To ignore these unique attributes in our training design is akin to trying to fit a square peg into a round hole. It leads to disengagement, frustration, and ultimately hinders the learning process. Over the course of this session, and potentially in subsequent parts, we will delve into several key adult learning theories. Today, we'll lay the groundwork by focusing on a few foundational concepts that will immediately equip you with practical insights to inform your future learning and development endeavors. Let's begin by examining some pivotal theories that illuminate the distinct ways in which adults approach the acquisition of knowledge and skills. Our first crucial stop is andragogy, a term championed by the insightful Malcolm Knowles. Often contrasted with pedagogy, the art and science of teaching children, andragogy underscores the fundamental differences between adult and child learners and outlines the specific conditions under which adults thrive in a learning environment. Think about it. As adults, we are accustomed to taking charge of our lives, making our own decisions, and being responsible for our actions. This inherent sense of self-direction profoundly influences how we approach learning. The guiding principles of andragogy start with the imperative of why. Adults have a deep-seated need to understand the relevance and benefit of what they are learning. They ask, why do I need to know this? As learning and development professionals, it is our responsibility to clearly articulate the value proposition of our training, connecting it directly to their needs, challenges, and aspirations. The "what's in it for me?" factor is not selfish. It's a fundamental driver for adult engagement. Next is the self-directed learner. Adults possess a well-developed self-concept of being autonomous and responsible individuals. They prefer to be treated as such in the learning process. This translates to a desire for autonomy, choice, and control over their learning journey. Our training design should, where possible, offer pathways for self-direction and empower learners to take ownership of their development. Then we have the rich tapestry of experience. Unlike younger learners, adults bring a vast and varied reservoir of prior experiences, knowledge, skills, and even biases to the learning environment. This experience can be an invaluable asset, providing a rich context for understanding new concepts and fostering peer to peer learning. However, it can also be a source of resistance if new information clashes with deeply held beliefs. Effective learning and development leverages this experience, creating opportunities for sharing, reflection, and the integration of new knowledge with existing frameworks. Another key principle is the urgency of readiness. Adults become truly ready to learn when they perceive a genuine need to know or be able to do something to effectively navigate real life situations. Training that is timely and directly addresses their current challenges or future aspirations will be far more readily embraced than abstract or theoretical concepts presented in isolation. We also have the problem-centered orientation. Adults are typically more motivated by learning that is directly applicable to solving problems they encounter in their work or personal lives, rather than learning that is purely subject-centered or theoretical. Our training should focus on practical applications, case studies, and real-world scenarios that allow learners to immediately see the relevance and utility of what they are learning. Finally, a crucial aspect is the power of intrinsic motivation. While external rewards and recognition can play a role, the most powerful and sustainable drivers for adult learning are often intrinsic. The desire for job satisfaction, increased self-esteem, improved quality of life, and personal and professional growth. Our training should tap into these internal motivators by fostering a sense of purpose, accomplishment, and personal relevance. Translating andragogy into actionable learning and development strategies means that when we design training, we should strive to clearly articulate the learning objectives and the tangible benefits for the participants. We should create opportunities for learners to share their experiences, perspectives, and insights. We should incorporate elements of choice and control over the learning process, such as selecting topics, learning activities, or pacing. We should focus on practical applications, problem-solving exercises, and real-world case studies. We should explicitly connect the learning content to the learner's current roles, responsibilities, and future career aspirations. And we must cultivate a learning environment characterized by mutual respect, collaboration, and open communication. Our next vital stop on this journey is David Kolb's experiential learning theory. This powerful framework emphasizes that learning is not a passive reception of information, but rather an active process of constructing knowledge through the transformation of experience. It's about learning by doing, and crucially, reflecting on what we've done. Kolb's theory outlines a cyclical process with four distinct stages. First, concrete experience, which involves having a new experience or encountering a fresh perspective on an existing one. In a training context, this could be participating in a hands-on activity, engaging in a simulation, working through a case study, or even having a powerful interaction with a colleague. Second is reflective observation. This crucial stage involves stepping back from the experience and thoughtfully reflecting on what occurred. Learners consider what they observed, their own reactions, the outcomes, and the perspectives of others involved. This is where the initial experience begins to be processed and analyzed. Third is abstract conceptualization. Based on the reflections, learners begin to form abstract concepts, generalizations, or principles. They strive to make sense of their experience, identify patterns, and draw meaningful conclusions. This is where the aha moments often occur as learners connect their experience to broader frameworks and understandings. And finally, active experimentation. Learners take these newly formed concepts or generalizations and apply them to future situations. They test their validity, experiment with new approaches, and essentially put their learning into action. This active experimentation then leads to new concrete experiences, thus completing the cycle and initiating further learning. Practical implications for learning and development practitioners are significant. Embracing experiential learning in our training designs means consciously incorporating activities that allow learners to actively engage in hands-on tasks, simulations, role-playing exercises, and real-world problem solving. It means dedicating time for structured reflection through individual journaling, group discussions, debriefing sessions, and feedback activities. It means facilitating the development of conceptual understanding by guiding learners to identify key takeaways, patterns, and principles from their experiences. And it means providing opportunities for learners to apply their new knowledge and skills in practical scenarios, both during the training and back on the job. This theory powerfully underscores the importance of moving beyond passive lectures and presentations. To truly engage adult learners and foster lasting understanding, we must create opportunities for them to actively participate, experience, and reflect on their learning. Our third and final foundational theory for today is Jack Mezirow transformational learning. This theory delves into a deeper level of learning, focusing not just on acquiring new skills or knowledge, but on fundamental shifts in a learner's perspectives, beliefs, and assumptions about themselves and the world around them. Think about a time when your perspective on something significant changed dramatically. Perhaps it was a challenging experience, a powerful conversation, or exposure to a new way of thinking. This kind of profound shift is at the heart of transformational learning. Key elements of transformational learning begin with the disorienting dilemma. The process often begins with an experience that challenges a learner's existing worldview, assumptions, or understanding. This could be a surprising piece of feedback, a significant failure, exposure to a different culture, or any event that creates a sense of unease or cognitive dissonance. Then comes the central role of critical reflection. This is the engine of transformational learning. Learners engage in a deep and critical examination of their own assumptions, beliefs, and values. They question their validity, explore their origins, and consider alternative perspectives. This is not just surface-level reflection. It's a rigorous and often challenging process of self-inquiry. Another key element is the power of rational discourse. Engaging in open and honest dialogue with others, sharing diverse perspectives, and critically examining different viewpoints is a crucial catalyst for perspective transformation. Through constructive conversations, learners can test their own assumptions, gain new insights, and potentially reframe their understanding. And the ultimate outcome is perspective transformation. The goal of this process is a significant shift in the learner's understanding, leading to new ways of thinking, feeling, and acting. This transformation can involve changes in attitudes, values, beliefs, and even one's sense of self. Implications for learning and development in fostering transformation. While not every training program aims for deep transformative change, understanding this theory can inform the design of learning experiences that encourage critical thinking and the questioning of established norms and assumptions. It means creating psychologically safe spaces for open dialogue, the sharing of diverse perspectives, and even constructive disagreement. It involves presenting challenging scenarios, case studies, and thought-provoking questions that prompt deep reflection. It requires facilitating the exploration of alternative viewpoints and encouraging learners to consider different ways of understanding the world. And it means providing support and guidance as learners navigate the potentially unsettling process of reevaluating their core beliefs. This theory is particularly relevant for leadership development programs, diversity and inclusion training, ethics and values workshops, and any learning initiative that aims to foster significant personal and professional growth, empathy, and inclusivity within diverse work environments. As we've explored these initial theories, a powerful common thread emerges: the paramount importance of relevance and practical application for adult learners. They are not simply passive recipients of information. They actively seek meaning and connection to their own lives and goals. Simply presenting abstract theories or disconnected facts without clear context or opportunities for practical application is a surefire path to disengagement and, ultimately, a failure to achieve meaningful learning outcomes. These theories provide us, as aspiring and current learning and development professionals, with a powerful lens through which to design more effective and engaging learning experiences. By understanding the principles of andragogy, we can empower learners with autonomy and connect learning to their rich tapestry of experiences. By embracing experiential learning, we can move beyond passive reception to active participation and meaningful reflection. And by considering the potential for transformational learning, we can create opportunities for deeper growth and profound shifts in perspective. We've covered significant ground today, exploring the vital role of adult learning theories and delving into the foundational principles of andragogy, experiential learning, and transformational learning. These are just the initial brushstrokes on a much larger canvas. Before we conclude this first part of our lecture, I want to encourage you to engage in some personal reflection. Think back to your own experiences as an adult learner, both positive and negative. Can you identify instances where these theories were effectively applied, or perhaps conspicuously absent? What impact did that have on your learning and retention? Furthermore, I extend an invitation to you all. Share your own experiences with these theories in the discussions that follow. Have you witnessed them in action in your professional or personal life? What were the outcomes? Your collective insights will undoubtedly enrich our understanding and create a more vibrant learning community. In our next session, we will continue our exploration, delving into even more valuable learning theories, including action learning, self-directed learning, and project-based learning. Each of these offers unique perspectives and practical strategies that will further expand your toolkit for designing truly impactful training programs. Thank you for your active participation and insightful engagement today. I sincerely hope this introduction has ignited your curiosity and provided you with a solid foundation for understanding the crucial role of adult learning theories in crafting truly effective and transformative learning experiences. I eagerly anticipate continuing this important exploration with you in our next session.